I'm just sitting here reflecting and thinking, y'all. I'm going to give a hypothetical situation. Say you are this man right here. I'm talking to the men. This is you. You are about, let's say you're between 65 and 75 years old in this picture. And you have had a decent life. You got married, you had children, you had a good job, you had a good career, and everything was good. But then, as you was younger, your kids may have been like 2 or 3, 4, 5, you met another young lady. And you stepped out on your wife, right? And then stepping out on your wife, it wasn't just a one-night stand. It was one of those, that's probably what you planned to do. Let's just say you didn't know where it was going. You weren't thinking. You was out one night, you seen this fine young thing, and y'all hit it off. So you do the damn thing, and you want to see her again. And one thing leads to another. She's pregnant. You start making promises to her, making her believe that you are available emotionally, physically, and mentally. Now that she's with a child, you guys, you make her believe, whether you said it or you insinuate, or the way you spend time with her, make her feel, the things you say to her, the way you look at her, you make her feel like you're going to be receptive of this child. You are going to make a life with her and this child. But when the child is born, you do nothing. She finds out the truth that you have always had a wife and children, and you had no intentions on having a life with her. You broke her heart. You made her feel some type of way, and being with a child. If she had known the truth, she might have still kicked the bobos with you. She might even still gave you a piece of ass. Who knows? But she didn't have a choice. She let her guard down, and she wanted to believe that you were beyond the up and up. It felt good. That's a lot of mistakes that we make. We want to believe in people. Now, fast forward, 2024. Now, that child that you had with her, you have not nurtured. You have not spent time with. Maybe you paid child support every month. Let's say you paid child support every month. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You did that. But you haven't nurtured. You haven't really spent no time. You might have seen the kid once or twice. But you really haven't seen that kid since they was about maybe 8, 12 years old. And you know what I'm saying? You're older now. And luck up, guess what? That daughter that you had by that woman, that son you had by that woman, looked you up, found your family members, and they told your daughter that you are alive and that this is the information to talk to her, and you decide not to. Bad enough throughout all the years, all the days and weeks that you did not possibly repent, because if you repented, it seemed like you would have took the opportunity, being that now you're older, and at any given time, any one of us from age 0 on up to 100 can be up out of here. For any reason at all and for nothing at all. But instead of you taking the opportunity, you decide to keep your heart hard and just pretty much not engage, not ask questions, not want to meet with them. Because this daughter or son that you got have children, and they are possibly married with their own family. Don't you think it's important to want to get to know them at this last moment that you may have, these last few years, 5, 10, 15 years you may have left on this earth? This is your opportunity to repent as being that young, foolish man that you were and the mistake you made, and you punished that child with your own selfishness and being a player that you were. Now, some fellas, y'all, if y'all listening to this, and if this is something you can see yourself, you visualizing your story. It's not you haven't done it, but if you visualize what I'm saying and you hear me, what would you do? If you was the son or the daughter, or you was the father, would you do that? How would you kick it? If you actually did this, but now that son or daughter has located you, and would you take an opportunity to get to know him and see what's going on with the family? Because you got to remember, if he or she got kids, that means that they got relatives. And what if they meet your other kids and cousins, but they don't know their relatives? And they out here screwing and getting married and all kind of stuff. And then next thing you know, the baby be having 3 eyes and autism and all kind of different stuff. I don't know. Down syndrome. It could just be anything. It could be nothing at all. But it's just the fact that we need to know all our relatives. Whether we talk or not on a regular basis. At least know. And it's your opportunity to do so. But your heart is so hard. But maybe I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you're just so old that you're not thinking. Maybe you're not well mentally or physically. You are old now. You're about 65, 75 years old. Maybe you suffer from some condition. But let's just say you healthy minded. You healthy minded enough to know better, to know what you're talking about, to know who this is. You have not denied it anymore. It's been out in the open forever, ever, ever. Like I said, allegedly you've been paying child support. So I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you have been. You've done something, because the mother wasn't going no way. She was going to tell everything, and by you having a job, it was going to come out, blah, blah, blah. But now, you can make it right. But instead of you making it right, you don't. I mean, we live in some horrible times right now, y'all. The hearts of man and woman have gone so cold and callous. The selfishness is so real. We do things that we want to do to please our flesh. We don't think about the children. We don't count the cost of having children in the situation and not being able to claim them outwardly, without being afraid of what our real husband or wife would say. Women blaming the kid on the man that she married to as opposed to the man she slept with out of anger. Men out here having babies on the side, and the kids fall by the wayside. It's terrible. It is really sad and terrible. That is why I decided to get my tubes tied after my second child was born. They both had the same father. He went to jail, so there was no need for me to pretend like I wasn't going to be laying up with somebody. If he doing 7 years or half of 7 years, there's no way, even though I thought I was going to wait. My 23-year-old mind told me I'm going to wait. But that side that has some goddamn common sense told me, girl, stop bullshitting yourself. Anyway, y'all get in the comments. If you're new here, like I said, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Just get in the comments. Let me know what you think of this scenario. If you're a man and this happened to you, how would you have to handle it? Even though you didn't do the right thing at first, but you have the right. You have a chance to make it right, because that daughter has located you. That son has located you and introduced themselves and said, hey, I'm still here. Oh, you still alive. Let's get together, blah, blah, blah. I got kids, And they get a chance to meet their brothers and sisters that they never got to met before. I feel like this is a sign from God. If this was to happen for real, this is a sign from God to be able to make it right. But I don't know. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm just a peon with a phone and an account. I'll see y'all tonight at the Red Live, about 6:37 p.m. Central Time.